Hello again. Well, I unexpectedly had a spare hour this morning, and well, actually about an hour and a half later, this is what I've come up with. So I've been doing the motor mounting. Now I'll be the first to admit this is rather more complicated than I expected or intended, but I decided that as the platter or turntable wasn't quite true, or at least the edge of it wasn't quite true, it seemed to be centered pretty well, that I would actually have an adjustable mount. So first things first is I've put a little bit of heat shrink on the shaft, so that's just to make sure that the shaft doesn't slip on the edge of the turntable. And I've also used the little motor that is one of the ones out of a PlayStation 2 controller, so I've actually made use of the counterweight, or the offset weight. You can see it just there, so that's just glued onto this piece of wood. The motor's screwed on with a couple of little screws, and I've just hot glued it onto some scraps of wood and then clamped it to the base so that it won't move. And the turntable itself is hot glued to the block of wood underneath, but I haven't actually glued it onto the base yet. I've just used an old vise there just to stop it moving around. So anyway, I'll just connect it up properly and we'll give it a go. Okay, so here it is running. It's a bit noisier than I'd hoped for, but there you go. It's just a scrap built record player. You can't have everything. So I've used a couple of hooks here, an elastic band, and you can actually see the way the elastic band is actually keeping the pressure. So as the slight unevenness in the edge of the turntable comes round, the elastic band actually allows the motor to move in and out a bit. So it actually keeps the motor in pretty good constant contact with the turntable, and that should mean that we get a pretty constant speed. Now I've done a quick time with this one. This is actually running slightly under 45 RPM at the minute, and I'll just show over there. You might just be able to see the variable power supply, or the bench power supply, showing 4.8 volts. So this is a little bit under voltage for this motor. Probably by the time I've got a platter mat on and a record, and more importantly a stylus in the groove of the record, it's going to slow it down noticeably, which means I'm going to have to boost the voltage to the motor anyway, just to get it to turn at the right speed. So but anyway, there we are, working turntable motor drive, which was, as I said in a previous video, was the first thing to achieve. So now we'll think about actually fitting out the turntable and also the tone arm. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to Mr. RG Stuff.